I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up because this isn't the end. This isn't the end. This can't be the end. No. This can't be the end. No. I'm not gonna give up until I say so because this isn't the end. No, you guys know this can't be the end.
I genuinely do believe that we are about to witness the downfall of an entire country. And I'm in Minnesota. I'll probably be fine for a while. I can drive up to my friends in Canada.
No!
Why are there so many Indians in Canada?
Canada is not Canada anymore. It's not the Canada that we once used to know.
Guys, I just voted, and I chose family.
Let's end this reign of terror now.
I chose family. I chose women. I chose America. I love you.
Just wanted to say the past 11 days have been really tough for everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ellen DeGeneres has left the United States and has said, quote, she's never coming back.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Breaking news that former President Trump has been banned from Facebook and Instagram for the next 2 years.
It's been 3 weeks since Donald Trump was elected. Since then, he spent most of his time in Florida at his luxury resort called Mar-a-Lago. On Wednesday, he was joined by a special guest, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg.
Damn! And your voice to calm me down and take me to a movie, a matinee, walk out in the middle, laughing all the way.
Is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public. Yes. And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Pretty much every single celebrity is fleeing the United States after Donald Trump won the presidency. Many celebrities are fearful for their lives and are saying that now that Trump is president, they just don't feel safe in America anymore. It all started with Jimmy Kimmel when he made a statement saying that America is done for, and even made a few jokes saying that he was going to retire because he does not want to be working in Hollywood while Trump is president. And this doesn't really come as a shock, as pretty much every single celebrity in Hollywood was promoting Kamala Harris. Allegedly, Ryan Gosling and his wife Eva Mendes have left the United States already and are living in the United Kingdom. Not to mention America Ferrera, who is known for appearing in Barbie, also made the move to the United Kingdom after Trump won the presidency, saying, quote, she is devastated that Kamala lost, and she thought the country she lived in was better than that. Also, the Game of Thrones actress Sophie Turner said that she needed to get the F out of America because she was scared for her rights. She said that with all the violence that's been going on and the attack on women's rights, she just doesn't feel safe anymore. Not to mention Johnny Depp said that he is done with America and is looking for a quiet life in the United Kingdom as well.
It's dusty in here. Somebody's chopping onions. Major Thomas Schumann joins us next. Stay with us.
I will move. I can't live in this country if he became president.
But where would you go? Where would you go?
Probably to England.
Mm-hmm.
I like England.
We also have a statement from Cher, who confirmed that she would be leaving the country if Trump were to win, saying that she almost got an ulcer the last time he won.
Oh, it gets sweeter as the days go by.
We will reduce the number of immigrants we bring in over the next 3 years, which will result in a pause in the population growth over the next 2 years.
No, I mean, it's so crazy in Britain that they actually have released convicted in order to imprison people for making social media posts. That is a real thing that happened. Insane.
Now, another storm is brewing. Sir Keir Starmer has been left bracing for a humiliating Commons debate after more than 700,000 people have signed a petition to hold yet another general election. Despite going to the polls 5 times in the last 10 years, hundreds of thousands want another election after a petition was launched accusing the Prime Minister of reversing on his manifesto commitments. Now, currently, the poll is at 705,407 signatures. It's gone up now. It's a it continues going up. We can't keep up.
Keir Starmer's Labour government is already facing a crisis of confidence just 5 months into power.
All I can say is how fucking dare you? How dare you put this man into office for another 4 years, knowing damn well what it means for our country.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm done with you and your mother and your sister. I'm just done with all of this. What the fuck?
In Pennsylvania, meaning that Donald Trump is the next president-elect of the United States and that he's going to be our next president. I'm devastated. I wish we could have done more for this country. I wish I could have done more.
Thanks a lot, America. Thanks a lot, you nasty Republicans. I liked paying more in groceries, and I liked paying more at the pumps, and I liked high interest rates. I liked the fact that I would never be able to buy a house. I didn't mind inflation because I could afford it. I could afford it. But because of all you Trump lovers, now we're all going to not have any human rights. They're not going to let us walk freely outside. We're going to be able to afford groceries. Who wants to afford groceries? I don't.
Remember, Jesus is coming soon, and he's coming with his disciples, and we are here. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us.
Si no le ayuda a la fábrica, el camión no sale. Tú me dabas mi saco y me caí al suelo. Yo ya cogía los sacos, los arrastraba.
I will make it my life's mission, my dying wish, that none of you weirdos can hide in the future. You can't lie to your kids, you can't lie to your grandkids about, oh, it was so confusing, it was hard to see the truth, he was so convincing. I will not let you get away with that. Like, that was not normal. This is not normal. I will make it clear to everyone. Like, I will make sure no one is confused about how things were right now in this very vital, crucial time in American history, that it was not confusing. It was not confusing at all. You just stood for that. You stood with that and for that. Like, I can't emphasize enough, there will be nowhere to hide, and history is going to look back on this and look back on you in a very negative light.
If I lose, what kind of question are you asking me? If I lose, do I look like a loser?
This is something that I deeply, deeply regret.
To enjoy full civil rights. And now I have less civil rights than I had when he told me that. So again, I'm profoundly disturbed.
You're so damn loud. You can't tell lie, man.
It would help if we could regulate social media, because one of the biggest offenders is D.C. and Congress have not been able to do one thing in regard to the rogue corporation.
Voters came through for Kamala Harris. White women voters did not. That is what it appears happened in that state, is that if you can't flip enough white women.
Give me that Gucci.
And we've talked about this on this set numerous times, is that you have a state where you've got a 6-week abortion or a 12-week abortion. I think theirs might be 12 weeks.
Yep.
But it's a state where women lost their reproductive rights. Where
I'm proud to say that I voted early, and I voted for Kamala Harris. They say voting is not a love letter, it's a chess move. Well, I feel like voting early is not just a chess move, it's a power move.
If we don't show up tomorrow, it is entirely possible that we will not have the opportunity to ever cast a ballot again.
Actually, I'm disappointed. I think Oprah's become a major divider in our country. And I think, frankly, she should be ashamed of herself. And you know who else should be ashamed? Fox. Because I've seen Oprah on Fox about 50 times making the same statement. And I think it's a disgrace what Fox does, because Everyone thinks Fox is so pro-Trump. They're not pro-Trump at all. They've put Oprah on all morning long. That's all I see is Oprah.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris in office for 8 years. Kamala Harris, yeah.
Time to get ready to vote.
Go Kamala mode.
Vice President Harris.
Oh, but I love Kamala Harris even more.
And send Kamala Harris to the White House.
Kamala as president to bring that unity back.
Do you know how many artists that have reached out to me that are like hippies, man? Like artists, like musicians, comedians that thanked me for endorsing Trump because they can't do it. They said they want to, but they don't want to be attacked. They can't say it. They think the country's going in the wrong direction.
Beyonce allegedly got paid $10 million for that pathetic little endorsement of Kamala Harris. What was it, 3 minutes? $10 million for 3 minutes of her life. And she's not the only one who allegedly got paid in a major way. One such person is Megan Thee Stallion, okay? One half of the WAP duo with Cardi B. She came out, she was one of the first people to perform for Kamala Harris, and she was reportedly paid $5 million for this. There you go. She got paid to shake her booty. Then there's Beyonce, the case of Beyonce, the person that you're not allowed to touch or say anything bad to, or the beehive's going to come for you because she's a queen, even though, I'm going to be honest, in my honest assessment and perspective, she hasn't dropped a good album since 4.
Time for America to sing a new song. Our voices sing a chorus of unity. They sing a song of dignity and opportunity. Are y'all ready to add your voice to the new American song? Please give a big, loud Texas welcome to the next President of the United States, Vice President Kamala Harris.
Joe Rogan claims that the greatest media psychological operation in history has been waged against Donald Trump, stating that they have distorted his true character. According to Rogan, what we are witnessing with Trump, despite his shortcomings, is a significant and focused psychological operation. Rogan highlights the confusion among the public caused by the relentless media coverage. He points out that sensational headlines and misleading broadcasts have shaped a skewed perception of Trump, undermining the complexity of his character. Rogan passionately gestures, emphasizing the seriousness of media manipulation in shaping public opinions. He contrasts this with the frantic atmosphere of a newsroom, where journalists produce the narratives that fuel public perception. Rogan leans in, conveying the gravity of his insights on how media impacts political figures and their image. The scene shifts to a rapid montage of various media clips, illustrating the relentless cycle of negative reporting surrounding Trump.
'Cause you thrill me.
My fellow Americans, if you want what's best for your family and this country, you're gonna vote Donald J. Trump as the 47th President of the United States. Thank you, New York. Have a good night.
No! Why?
President Trump must win to preserve the Constitution. He must win to preserve democracy in America. If they don't, this will be the last election.
Let's go to the city, shine with all the lights.
It's been 3 weeks since Donald Trump was elected. Since then, he spent most of his time in Florida at his luxury resort called Mar-a-Lago. On Wednesday, he was joined by a special guest, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg traveled all the way to Florida to meet with Donald Trump, also with members of the upcoming administration. He even joined the president-elect for dinner. And Meta spokesperson has confirmed this meeting. They said Zuckerberg, and I'm quoting, Zuckerberg was grateful for the invitation. So it sounds like a friendly get-together. But the men in question have not been friendly. Trump and Zuckerberg have no love lost. This story begins in 2016, the first time when Trump was elected. It blindsided America's big tech. Silicon Valley was always seen as a progressive bastion. They ended up clashing with Trump. Their initial response was resistance. Google CEO Sundar Pichai joined anti-Trump protests. Big tech worked with the Democrats. Meta tightened its moderation policies. Editorial nudging was the go-to tool, but this strategy backfired. Trump and his supporters rallied against this bias, and big tech got a bad name. Zuckerberg, too, was part of this campaign. In 2020, he donated $400 million to support America's electoral infrastructure. The Trump campaign did not take it well. They called it election interference. In 2021, Meta banned Trump. He was taken off Facebook and Instagram. This was after the January 6 Capitol riots. The ban was lifted after 2 years, but Trump was not ready to forgive and forget. In fact, he escalated matters earlier this year. He said Zuckerberg would find himself in prison if he tries to interfere with this election. Trump's stance softened only in July. That's when he survived an assassination attempt. Zuckerberg called up Trump personally after that, and he called him badass. The Meta CEO still did not endorse Trump, but the thaw had begun. In October, Trump said it was nice of Zuckerberg to stay out of the election. And now the two men are dining together. So from frenemy to dinner guest, it's quite the changing dynamic. And Zuckerberg is not alone. Big tech has gone from hating on Trump to wooing him. Google CEO Sundar Pichai, Apple CEO Tim Cook, Amazon owner Jeff Bezos, they've all signaled a détente.
We're going to have to seal up those borders, and we're going to have to let people come into our country. We want people to come back in, but we have to let them come back in, but they have to come in legally. They have to come. The left-wing gender insanity being pushed on our children is an act of child abuse. On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care. Ridiculous. A process that includes giving kids puberty blockers, mutating their physical appearance, and ultimately performing surgery on minor children. Can you believe this? School prayer is banned, but drag shows are allowed to permeate the whole place. It's okay.
Please help me welcome to the Canada's Drag Race Workroom, the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau!
Do I have to curtsy? Do I have to kiss his ring?
I heard you had a summit, and I think I'm a little too late for it, unfortunately.
Oh my God. We're actually just about to do makeover episode.
Oh, that's a big one.
Queens, anybody want to take it on?
Yeah.
You can't teach the Bible, but you can teach children that America is evil and that men are able to get pregnant. Whatever it takes, conservatives must liberate America's children from the captivity of these Marxist teachers' unions. That's what they are. Where do they come from? Across the country, we need to implement strict prohibitions on teaching inappropriate racial, sexual, and political material to America's school children in any form whatsoever.
5 famous business leaders who support Kamala Harris has obtained the support of 88 business leaders in an open letter. This means
we always hear this threat. I'm going to leave the country if so-and-so is elected. This time, the wealthy are taking action. Advisors and attorneys to the wealthy say applications for investment visas and passports are up more than 30%. Americans are now the #1 group applying for many of those top investment migration programs. A survey by Ardent Capital found that 53% of American millionaires say they're going to leave the U.S. after the election, no matter who wins.
I was just walking down the street to go get my medication because I'm out and I need it for today. And I saw a woman walking her 2 kids. And she had this look on her face. And I looked at her, we made eye contact, and we both kind of nodded. Like we were both just devastated. And you could just tell in her eyes.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm done with you and your mother and your sister. I'm just done with all of this. What the fuck?
It's dusty in here. Somebody's
chopping it. I can't live in this country if he became president.
I will make it my life's mission, my dying wish, that none of you weirdos can hide in the future. You can't lie to your kids, you can't lie to your grandkids about, oh, it was so confusing, it was hard to see the truth.
I want to know how you can vote.
We can't answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
Shameful. Are you the one that walks by here and always screaming at people? No, I haven't walked by recently. Okay, because a lot of people walk by and scream. Yeah, I'm not surprised. You are voting for the devil. Don't you know that?
These elite who are hurting tonight. There are African-American women who know a little bit about being talked down to and know a little bit about having their economic dreams crushed, who tried to dream a big dream over the past couple of months. And tonight they're trading in a lot of hope for a lot of hurt. And they were hoping that maybe this time, one of their own could be seen as worthy. And once again, they're facing rejection. And that hurts.
Kamala Harris's campaign ended up with millions of dollars in debt, reportedly, and a lot of questions and accusations. A Politico reporter wrote the Harris team had $118 million in the bank, but ended with at least $20 million in debt. There are reports this morning Harris staffers are starting to talk about the campaign blowing through $1 billion in a few months with lavish concerts and bills that still needed to be paid. Now, other political reporters say the campaign is selling its email list and soliciting more donations from supporters to cover the debt. Harris outspent Trump by nearly $1 billion on her failed election bid.
Thanks a lot, America. Thanks a lot, you nasty Republicans. I liked paying more in groceries. And I liked paying more at the pumps. And I liked high interest rates. I liked the fact that I would never be able to buy a house. I didn't mind inflation because I could afford it. I could afford it. But because of all you Trump lovers, now we're all going to not have any human rights. They're not going to let us walk freely outside. We're going to be able to afford groceries. Who wants to afford groceries? I don't.
No, 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 no. The devil